Hello silver curly friends. Today I am going to do a review and impressions of the new Curlsmith De-Frizzion hair dryer with the extra large diffuser. This diffuser is 8 inches in diameter, which is, whew. This one is 6 inches in diameter, which this is the Black Orchid on my Hot Tools. Now, I had originally wanted to do a first impressions review of this. However, my first impressions were not good because I royally messed it up. And I think that it may have just been, I don't know, user error. Maybe it was products or weather that day. I don't know. But I ended up with a head full of frizz. So I decided to ditch that first impressions video and try again. So today what I'm going to do is I want to compare them side by side. So I'm going to use this on the right side, and I'm going to use my Hot Tools with the Black Orchid on the left side, because I want to see if it was me or the tool or what that caused all the frizz the first time that I tried the dryer. I have used it since a few times. I still notice some frizz, but I just want to do a real good comparison because I do not diffuse my hair all the time. So I don't know, it might be weather, who knows. But anyway, I'll get to the technical specs in a little while because my hair has been out of the plot for a little bit, so it's ready to be hit with the dryer. I am going to do around 15 minutes on each side. I want to get to about 80% dry and then call it done, because I do know that if I go past 80% dry, I will have frizz. So let's get to it. So I want to stop for a second and discuss a couple of things. One of the things that I'm noticing is that on low speed, it still is a pretty intense speed for the diffuser. So I'm going to show you on low, it's blowing. There's no way I can use it on high. The other issue I'm having, which is really a strange thing to be saying with how excited we would all be as curly girls to have a extra large diffuser, is that when I put my hair in it, which I can put my this whole side of my head in it, when I go up like this, it's folding right here. So I get this fold, and when I let it go, I have this flat spot here and a fold here. Now, just for reference, I'm going to show you with the Black Orchid how that does not happen. And I think it's the depth of the bowl. So when I fold my hair into this, it kind of accordions in. And when I go up, I'm able to push that hair up. And I think that's also the shape of this, because it's not flat, right? It's got this, the prongs are 2 different levels. So I think that allows me a little bit of push up here. Now, the prongs are 2 different levels on here also, but these are much, wider out. So they're, away from my scalp a bit. See, I cannot push up. Where I can push up my roots with this. You can see my roots go up, right? So I don't know if that's the size of my head, the fine thin hair, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to switch sides. Okay, I'm switching sides and going to use my Hot Tools and the 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐴 Black Orchid Diffuser. Okay, so I am I'm probably about 75% dry. I really just can't touch this side with the Curlsmith dryer anymore. You can see I've got that fold. I've got this puff of frizz here that is just, it's really Look at that. I mean, this is what happened the first time I used it, and obviously that's not my goal. So I really think that this dryer, it meets the mark on a few things, which I will get to the tech specs on that here in just a second. But what I will say is for fine hair, I'm not sure this is the right dryer. So I have fine and thin to slightly medium density, which means I don't have a whole lot of hair, and then I do have a lot of baby hair from losing hair in 2020. So that's what you're seeing here, is all of my new growth is just frizzing out over here. Now, like, you know, I think we all get a little bit of frizz from the diffuser. So I can tame the frizz down with a little bit of styling cream and hopefully let's smooth that out while I'm standing here finishing talking to you. Which I just put a little bit of 𝐜𝐨𝐻𝐵's blowout cream on there. Hopefully that will calm that down a little. Okay, so let's get to the tech specs of these two dryers so you can have a fair comparison. I have an infrared thermometer, which you can buy at Amazon. I think they were like $25, and I will link it in the description box below. So it's got a little laser in it. I'm sure you can see it on the center. So when I did the heat test, I laid this on the counter and I pointed it at one of these little holes inside the diffuser. I did that on both diffusers. So I did the same thing with this one. I just picked a little center hole while it was laying on the counter running on each temperature and tested each temperature. So on the Curlsmith, the low clocks in at a steady 76 degrees. On medium, a steady 113 degrees, very, very little vacillation. And on high, it came in at 155 degrees with slight vacillations going up just a little bit. But as soon as you move the thermometer away from the center of the diffuser, it was diffusing the temp and getting lower. The Curlsmith, the head, again, the diffuser head is 8 inches. It is a 9-foot cord, which is really great and really generous. It has low and high speed, a cool shot, and then it has the, you know, low, medium, high, which we just went over. The one thing I will say is the buttons feel backwards to me. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm used to my other dryer, but the button for off is to push it up, then low, and then high. And then to vacillate between low, medium, and high, it's low, medium, high. So you're pushing it up, center, up is low, which is the opposite of my Hot Tools dryer. So I was fussing with moving between medium and low because I never turned the dryer on high, and I was accidentally putting it on high. Of course, that's just a learning curve. This dryer has two other heads. It has the styling head with the flat piece for blowouts, and then it has a root lift comb. It is $189. So moving on to the Hot Tools dryer. I have the 6-inch Black Orchid diffuser on it. I got lucky and the Black Orchid diffuser fits right on there, so I don't have a Snozzle Pro on there. And back in 2015 when I bought the dryer, it cost $35. They now, similar models to this one, run about $75. This has an 8-foot cord, which was the reason I bought this dryer, because I needed a dryer with a long cord because we have Shih Tzus, and well, we had 2 Shih Tzus at the time, and we blow dry them, so you have to have a dryer that you can get down on the floor with them. Anyways, how times have changed. I bought a dryer for the length of a cord, and now I'm looking for one for temperature control. Anyway, on low, it clocks in at 85 to 88 degrees. It kind of stays in those zones. On medium, it clocks in at 145 to 150 degrees, which means medium on this is high-ish on the Curlsmith. And then on high, which I never use it on high, is 200 to 215 degrees. It has the low and high speed, same as the Curlsmith, and low, medium, high, and cool shot. So for me, I'm okay with my dryer, and when I look at dryers and I'm looking for dryers, I am looking at, is it a viable replacement for what I've already got? And what I've already got works really great for me. And as you can see, I might have a little bit of frizz, but I have nice definition. And on this side, I have the frizz is coming back. You can see it back here in the back. In the mirror, I can see it. I've got almost straight here and in this bend, which I will have to try to work that out for today. However, it does get my stamp of approval for silver hair and temperature control. If you are looking for a new dryer and you need that big diffuser, maybe you have thicker, coarser, heavier, denser hair, this would be probably the perfect diffuser for you. Even if you don't want the diffuser, but you do want that very tight temperature control, I would say you could still get it because it does have the other two attachments. At 76, 113, and 155 degrees, you won't damage your hair with this dryer unless you have really, really fine hair. As long as you're using a heat protectant before, even at 155, I don't think that this would damage your hair in any way. So it wins my stamp of approval for silver, curly, safe. Unfortunately, it's just not for me, and that's okay. You know, I try to review these products so that I can find options for you, and that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be perfect for me. So that's it for me today. Until next time, shine on.